Speaking time. Yeah. Woo! Those are great stories, right? And everybody has stories like this. If you have something that God has done in your life and you'd like to share a story, come talk to me after. I would love to talk with you about finding a way to encourage other people in the church through sharing your story like that. And I love her story when she called me and asked me about sharing her story. She said, I've had the easiest life in the world. I can't share any tension. And she said, except for that one thing that we heard. She said, and it's honestly, through the community that God gave me was the only way that I could make it through those things that were happening. And I thought, why would you ever not share this story? This is amazing. How many people go through tough times without community? Yeah. That's what it's all about. And the next day, like she mentioned, was the women's tea that we had in Benicia. And she was surrounded by those women. And what was really cool about the last women's tea that we did was there was a couple of guys that gathered and just spend the whole time praying over the women. I don't think we'd ever had anything like that before at the women's tea. They were there to help out whatever, and it just so happened that she needed heavy prayer in the midst of, she was going in the midst of this stuff. And there were these two guys that were like, yeah, we're here. What do you want us to do? You want us to pray? Okay, we're just going to go for 3 hours and pray over what is happening. So God is doing amazing stuff. And what I've loved about this series that we're in right now, we're in this financial series, and what we're learning is that we can use our money and our resources for stuff that we can put in our own lives, or we can leverage it for stories. We can give our money, give our resources to helping stories like this happen. Through Rooted, through community groups, through the women's tea, through all this stuff. This is what, when you give to the church, this is what it goes to. It goes to help these stories come to life. People who need hope, people who need healing, who need to encounter Jesus. They get to do that through generosity. So if you've never been generous in that way before, if you've never given to a church, you've never figured out if you should or what that would even look like, can I just encourage you, maybe even today, just try that. We have this really cool thing here called the Dollar Club, where we take $1 for every person that's in attendance on a weekend. Everybody here in San Francisco, everybody at the Benicia campus, and we write a check that next week for somebody in the community who needs to just be loved on. And we've seen lives transformed through that. But it's amazing because it only costs you $1. You might not expect your dollar that you hand to somebody on the street to change their life. Like, here's that dollar that you needed. Now you're healed. You're perfect now. But when you take your dollar and you pair it with everybody else's dollar at the church, that's a much bigger sum of money that God does amazing stuff with. So maybe that's your first step. We're a church of next steps. Maybe that's your next step. Starting with something just as simple as $1 and see what God can do through that. So we would love for you to participate. There's ways that you can give around here. There's boxes out there. You can give through the app. We have a Northgate app. If you haven't heard about that, you can download it with Apple and Android. And there's all kinds of other great stuff on there. And you can also give on the website. So we're so glad that you're here today. Pastor Ken's going to come up in just a minute, continue this financial series. But before he does, we have some announcements for you.
Good morning, San Francisco. We're so glad that you're here with us today. We would love the opportunity to connect with you, and a simple way that we get to do that is through our connection cards. They are located in the pew right in front of you. Some of us might be sitting in the seats for the very first time today, and if that's you, I want to invite you to do something really simple with this connection card. Once service is over, bring it out to the lobby where there's a welcome desk right before you walk out. At that welcome desk, we have a special gift to say thanks for checking us out. We want to give you an invite back and answer any questions that you might have. If it's your second or third time with us, or maybe you've been coming for a while and you've never let us know that you're here, we would love to see you over there. We have another gift for you, but most importantly, we want to hear how your time here has been so far, answer any questions that may have come up between your first visit and now, and we would love to connect with you. Tonight at 6:30, we're having a worship night at our Benicia campus. We're going to be celebrating the people who completed this season of Rooted. Worship nights are always a fun and powerful time together, and we want you to be with us and celebrate and respond to what God is doing in our lives. Bring a friend, and we'll see you tonight at 6:30. Come enjoy lunch with us on Sunday, March 31st, down in the fellowship hall downstairs. Kids Zone is hosting a Missions Cafe. It's $7 per person, and all the proceeds are going to Mobilize Love, which is a ministry to help families in the city. We hope to see you there. Confident Living meets on Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. We're going through Romans chapters 1 through 8. This is a great time to study God's Word and also meet and connect with other people around you. We would love to see you over there. Those are your announcements, San Francisco. We're so glad that you're here today.